Welcome back to the morning show on XO7 TV. It's This Week in Real Estate with Mr. Bob Zadora. How are you, sir?
I'm well, sir. I'm well, sir.
Good.
Big Bomber Day.
It is the day.
The day. It really is. It's like the Bears in Green Bay and other rivalries that are just, they don't care if you win the whole season, but you better win that game.
The most important game of the year
Yeah. Well, it'll set the tone for the rest of the
is the
season.
one you're playing that Friday night.
Well, that's true. But today will set the tone for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it'll adjust attitudes for sure.
Yeah.
Not only the coaches, the team, and the players and all that, but the townspeople will continue to come out. Like we said in the beginning of the broadcast this morning, the turnout last night was phenomenal, and I think that's just a
And how far is
taste.
that?
Farmington?
Yeah. I mean,
Farmington is over by Fayetteville, Springdale. That
Okay.
area, a
Okay.
little bit south
So
of
it's
that.
but still a little ride.
Oh, it's-
all of our games are actually
On
a
a
little
bus
ride.
is 3 hours plus, probably.
Yeah.
So it's a good little journey. But it was the townspeople turn out for that junior high game the way they did. I'm excited to see what's going to happen tonight when they turn out for the varsity team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty good. And
It's
you are
it's
military
Let me
appreciation
get over
night.
here a little bit.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stand up so you get over
Stand
your
up so I know
microphone.
if
There you go. Your head's out of it.
That's the
your shirt's in
logo.
it, and
That's the
good.
logo that we've got there.
It is military appreciation night tonight.
I don't know if you get all that in the back.
And you've got Clay Maxey Chevrolet here in Mountain Home as a
Yes,
sponsor
indeed.
of that.
So Clay paid for the shirts, and we want to thank. I hate when that happens. The locker room for printing them up and distributing them,
Getting those all
getting them all
dealt
done.
out.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
How important when you're dealing with buyers and sellers of real estate coming into the area, moving out, mostly the ones moving in, how important is community involvement in schools, and how important are the schools and the extracurricular activities? Do they ask about them before?
They ask about them. If obviously if they have kids, they ask about them. But I think that the other important thing is you see where your tax dollars are going. You can see the result. You see these kids. You see them out on the streets. You see them participating in different things at different social events, different charities and things like that. And they turn out, and the kids are there to help. We see the importance of Friday night, and I tell people, they talk about sports and stuff. I said, well, we got the Razorbacks. We don't have a pro team, obviously. We got the Razorbacks. I said, but there's nothing like Friday Night Lights. I said, you remember the show that was on? I says, that's here. I says, people turn out for this. They turn out. They want to see that band. They want to see the cheerleaders. They want the whole event. They want to see obviously they want to see the football game, but it's everything that goes with it as well. And that just really can't be overstated, the importance of that and the bond that that is for the community. I'll go by all the businesses, and they've all got the banners up. They've all got little signs. They've got their billboards and their flashing signs and stuff. You beat Harrison, beat Harrison. That's a uniting factor for people. And obviously the importance of the schools, that having people that are in the schools and the teachers and everybody, they all live here. They all participate in the community. The quality of people, the reason that we have the quality of life that we have is because of the schools, because of the way these kids grow up. Not all of them are going to be Rhodes Scholars. We understand that. But they're all participating in school. They work together with the kids that are homeschooled. There's an intermingling of that. And that's very important for people.
You mentioned a moment ago about community involvement, and I failed to mention it during the community news and happenings. Tomorrow there will be a big benefit reg ball game. It'll be
right.
the police and the fire taking
Right.
on each other for the fourth year, and that will benefit Cruz Hudson. Cruz Hudson is suffering from a strange disease that they're not used to seeing it in a child, more in adults. He's over at St. Jude, him and his parents. Devastating disease, and they're fighting. But this benefit tournament or benefit reg ball game will be tomorrow night, 6:00 at McLean Park. And
Where's McLean Park after
across from Hackler Elementary on West Road.
On West Road.
Right. So it'll
Right.
be Freedom Field there where the Lady Bombers play their softball games, but anybody that can and will come on out, and that's the community involvement that we're talking about.
Exactly, exactly.
And you don't see that in a lot of places.
No,
Not my problem.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so many people that it's hard to get to associate with that. That's over there. Here, we're all together here. You know, and here was like anywhere within the sound of my voice. If something happens, somebody needs something to flip them, the Mountain Home is still going to jump in, and vice versa. People will be at that baseball game tomorrow from Yellville, from the surrounding area, from Norfolk, and they will come and help support that. That's the important part.
So, what does that have to do with real estate? Well, it shows
It's all
you
quality of life, Bob.
that shows you that we have a good quality of life.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about. I tell people you can buy 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in a lot of places, but you can't find the quality of life that we have here.
Yeah.
You know, the community, the way the community turns out, the way the community acts towards each other. Somebody blows a horn here, people look at them like, what's the matter? You know,
What's that?
Yeah, what was that? Well, except maybe in Harrison, they blow the horns a little more, but here, not so much.
Toot their own horn.
That's right. Yeah, they do indeed. They do indeed.
How's the real estate business?
Actually, it's when the numbers came out, we're caught up with last year for a number of units sold.
Okay.
We're in the post-COVID era, which was a phrase that I heard this past week, and I think that that's really, really true. We're through with that, and we're through the abnormalities that occurred during COVID with the real estate market. The interest rates being so low, trying to get the economy going. The number of people that were trying to get out of apartments and into houses because they were working from home. And they realized they were all going to kill each other if they didn't get a little more space. People were putting additions on. People were dumping the small house, buying bigger houses, buying out a little farther. A number of people that came here because of the high-speed internet. That really made a big difference here. It truly did. Say whatever you want about Asa. Asa was a good guy for me because when they turned that internet onto the schools and it filtered out to everybody else, it really made a big difference. The fact that people could work from home, it just changed everything. There was so much demand for people to be able to get out and to get away from wherever there may have been, to get out of the big cities, some of the civil unrest that went on during that time. All of that came together, and it just made the perfect storm. Interest rates, so there was a huge demand on houses, on housing. It shot the prices up, and then now we're past that. The interest rates have come up. The G really, that it was just going to be a small inflation. They just goofed that up, and so now then it ended up taking the fastest rate ever. Height, the interest rates took the fastest jump ever. It messed a lot of people up, but the prices have stayed the same. So we're in a new time. We're back. We're at just about. The numbers are almost exactly the same between 19 when things started and 25, as far as the number of homes that are on the market, the number of homes. The time on market, which is a good indicator of where we are. It's about the same. There's a lot of things that come out to be very, very close. So we're going to move forward, and it's a little more realistic. And a lot of the kids who came on the job thinking that it was just going to be like, 3 episodes of HGTV and I can do this, but they've never had to negotiate. They've never had to deal with repairs because there were no repairs. They could sit there and say, well, we're just going to take offers between this time and that time and make sure that everybody's pre-approved, cash is better, and we're not going to do any repairs, and there's no inspections. And there was just like, I don't know where they got some of these ideas. If they had been around in 2008, through some of the the recessions that we've gone through and you dealt with people as far as negotiating and negotiating repairs and negotiating financing and what you're going to be able to do to help the seller make that purchase, assist with the some of the down payments and things like that. That's what we're at now. We're back into that market again. It's not just sit around waiting for offers to come in on your listings and telling people, oh yeah, we can sell that. Well, it's not. That's why there's so many houses on the market. There's still a big demand out there. Nationwide, the numbers are a lot different than here. All real estate is local, and we're blessed to be here, and people want to continue to come here. Bigger markets, they're getting, Miami, Vegas, same as it was before. Phoenix, Arizona's getting crushed right now because the prices went up so fast. I mean, they're not sustainable.
What do you want for your house? Oh, I'll take 400,000. Yeah, we can do
Yeah,
that.
we can do right. And
6 months later, you're going, you really want that? Well, I really need.
yeah, well, that was the bad one in '08. I got to get because they had taken equity loans out and things like that. I said, you already took the equity loans. That RV that's sitting out there, you've made your profit already.
Yeah.
That's the way you chose to spend it, not looking for the next house that you're going to buy. And that was really, I got to get, it was like, ooh. We got to be realistic here. You're going to be lucky to get out of here even, let alone I got to get and be able to move on to something else.
Let's take a look at your numbers.
This week in real estate, there were, come on, you stinker. This week in real estate, there were 49 new listings came on the market. 1 commercial property, 10 parcels of land, 38 homes came on the market. They ranged in price from $32,000 to $899,000. 45 properties sold. A commercial property, 6 parcels of land, 38 homes sold. They ranged in price from $800,000 to $72,000. The average sale price this week was $210,000 with 93 days on market. And we did a total of $8 million in residential real estate closed this past week. 20 properties expired. There were 31 residential price changes. Currently, we have 520 homes listed on the MLS. That's, if you're watching, you're within that range. 207 of those are in Mountain Home. Year to date, there's been 787 homes have sold. The average sale price has been $255,000 with 93 days on market. For 2024, there's been 787 homes have sold. The average sale price last year was $244 with 91 days on market. In 23, we sold 831 homes. In 22, 803 homes. In 21, we sold 881 homes sold. The average sale price was $195 with 90 days on market. And in 2020, 790 homes had sold, 146 days on market, which is pretty close to what would be a normal number, but the average sale price was $162 compared to where we are now. So market's changed, but the COVID stuff is done.
Yep.
Waiting, people lining up 8, 10 offers on a house, people buying stuff sight unseen. No, we're getting full inspections. We're getting people, they want stuff repaired. They want to move into a house that's much more ready to go. I'm not telling you to take on projects, but get us out and let us take a look and see what needs to be done and do what we can do to help get you sold. Like I say, that's the reason you're calling us, is to be sold.
And how do they get you?
There you go. Call my honey. She's at 870-405-0793. The website's retired2arkansas.net. We're not sitting in the office. Give her a call, and she keeps all the appointments for us. She's the best.
Spins the plates.
Yes, she does. She spins the plates.
There you go. It's been This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zadora. 870-405-0793 is the number. Retiredarkansas.net is that website. We appreciate you being here, sir.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Yes, you will. Go Bombers.
There you go.